Hey everybody, happy Halloween. I just thought I would do a quick review of the entire Pentateuch, the first 5 books of the Bible, because it's been way too long and I feel like I need to do a review with you guys. So feel free to hop on with me and join in. I got kids screaming next door playing Legos because they can't wait to get out and go trick-or-treating. So I'm sorry about the noise. Okay. So, you guys, where y'all at? Where's everybody at? I feel like we're getting towards the very end of the Pentateuch. And my binder is messing up. Oh my gosh. Anybody out there? Probably not. Probably just picked up your kids at school and you're probably headed home. So, let's get started. The Pentateuch, first 5 books of the Bible. I don't know where everyone is, but I do know that we need to review. Hey, Courtney. Hi, honey. We got to review so that we can always remember, right? From the beginning. So I have my binder here. I don't know if you guys have a binder. Mine's getting really, keep calm and read the Bible. Awesome, right? Mine's getting really thick and heavy, and that's okay. It's about to fall apart, so I think I might have to get another one. But anyway, okay, so let's just start from the beginning. General Bible review, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. 1 second. Okay, the Bible is made up of how many books? Courtney, how many books? Do you know? 66, right? Yes, 39 Old Testament, 27 New Testament. Sorry, I have no makeup on, but that's okay because I'm a mom and I have other priorities and makeup is not one of them. Okay, so back to let's focus. Okay, 39 Old Testament, 27 New Testament books for a total of 66 books. The Old Testament is Christ revealed. The New Testament is the Old Testament is Christ concealed. The New Testament is Christ revealed. I always mix those up. Written by 40 to 45 human authors, 1 divine author, and that's the Holy Spirit, right? Written over about 1,500 years. And the Pentateuch is the first 5 books of the Bible. Hey, Mom. How are you? Love you. Okay. So we're going to go back to this. I have lots of little reviews under files, guys. If you want to ever go in there and do some homework or do some review yourself, there's a lot of files that you can print off, okay? So that was just the general Bible review. Okay, let's go into the Genesis review. And basically, guys, what I do is I just go from the PowerPoints. But today I'm going to kind of do more of a pop quiz type style. Genesis review. This is number 1. What was the woman's punishment for eating the forbidden fruit? Greatly multiplied pain in childbirth. Okay, just skipping straight to the answers so that we remember. Who committed the first recorded murder in history? Seth, Adam, Abel, Cain, or Moses? Cain, right? Yes. How old was Noah when the flood came? He was 120. What did God use to symbolize his promise to never flood the earth again? That's easy, right? The rainbow, right? What did God ask Abram to do at the beginning of chapter 12? This is Genesis. And it is answer B, leave his home country. And again, this is under Genesis review. This is a multiple choice question that I posted under files, so you can follow me there. What was the name of Sarai's Egyptian maid? Do you guys remember? Hagar. Okay, as they were fleeing from Sodom and Gomorrah, what did Lot's wife do? What did Lot's wife turn into as she looked back towards the cities? A pillar of salt, right? Hey, buddy. I'm doing a live video.
Can you tie this?
You tie this? Sorry.
Wait.
Whoa. Sorry, guys. Come here. Say hi. It was backwards. Here you go.
Oh, that's right.
Thanks, buddy. You're looking sharp, man. You're looking sharp. All right, back to what we were talking about. Who did Isaac marry? Rebecca, right? And how were Jacob and Esau related? They were twins. In chapter 28 of Genesis, Jacob had a dream. In his dream, he saw a ladder extending from the earth to heaven. And then number 11, who did Laban allow to marry Jacob? Both Rachel and Leah. Number 12, what is Jacob's name changed to? Jacob's name was changed to Israel. You can stop now.
Israel.
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 Which of Israel's 12 sons was sold to the Ishmaelites and then taken to Egypt? That was Joseph, remember? What did Pharaoh see in his dream? The answer is B, cows and grain. Who interpreted Pharaoh's dream? That was Joseph. What were the names of Joseph's two sons, Manasseh and Ephraim? And how old was Joseph when he died? He was 110. Awesome. Okay. Let's see here. Real quick, Genesis review again. Genesis covers 2,200 years. Okay, so the Bible covers 1,500 years, but Genesis itself covers 2,200 years of history. It's the book of the beginnings. Remember that? And the main characters are Adam, Noah, and Abraham. And then God promised Abraham 3 things. Do you remember this? The 3 promises: nations and descendants, land, and that all the nations on the earth will be blessed through him. Okay. Also in Genesis, we have Isaac, which is the son of Abraham. We have Jacob, who had the 12 sons, which later became the 12 tribes of Israel. Remember that? And then Joseph. Main events was the creation, the fall, the flood, and the Tower of Babel, where all the beginning of languages happened. And let's see. Abraham was the beginning of Israel. And Jacob was the father of 12 sons. We said that. And then Joseph was used by God to bring the Israelites to Egypt. Okay, so that was Genesis, going really fast. Okay, let's move on to Exodus. Quick review. Who wrote Exodus? That would be Moses. What happened in Exodus? That was the 10 plagues. Israel was birthed, the Red Sea, the 10 Commandments on Mount Sinai, and they built the tabernacle. Remember this? They were where were they? In Egypt, in Mount Sinai, and time covered was 400 years. Thanks, Mom. You're so encouraging. Love you. Okay, so let's see what else we got in Exodus to review. Okay. Let's see. Who is the brother of Moses? Anyone remember this? Brother of Moses was Aaron. Remember that? Okay. Who was the father-in-law of Moses? Do y'all remember this? Jethro. I know that he was in a small part of Exodus. How many plagues did the Egyptians go through when Pharaoh would not release the Israelites from captivity? Do y'all remember that? How many plagues? Excuse me. I'm getting a cold. 10 plagues. 10 plagues. What sea did God part to allow the Israelites to flee from Pharaoh's army? Do y'all remember this? This is easy. The Red Sea, right? Yes. And what bread from God did the Israelites eat during the Exodus from Egypt? That would be manna. Okay, question number 8. This file is also under Exodus review. You should see it. It's a multiple question review. Okay, at what mountain did Moses receive the 10 Commandments? That would be, who knows this? Mom, do you remember this? Mount Sinai. Okay, let's see, moving on. What did the Israelites do when Moses was so long in coming down from Mount Sinai? Because remember, Moses was gone for 40 days and 40 nights. No, letter A, answer A, they made an idol in the shape of a calf to sacrifice to. And that was no bueno. Can't be doing that. Okay, question number 10. On what were the 10 Commandments written on? 2 stone tablets. What was the name of the 2 men who were given the skill and the ability to carry out the work of constructing the sanctuary as the Lord commanded? That would be Bezalel and Oholiab. I can't even pronounce their names. Okay. That was a quick little multiple choice review for Exodus. You guys can go back and look at the outline of Exodus. It has a lot of the more detailed things that happened. Also, don't forget the PowerPoint, and also, you guys, don't forget the videos that you can go back and watch if you need to. Okay, cool. All right, let's see here. Yes, I'm doing a live video, sis. Hold on one second. Love you. Okay, let's go skip it straight into, hi, Karen. Let's skip straight into Leviticus, my favorite book of the Bible. Just kidding. Woo, that was a tough one. Okay.
You have all of them.
Oh, yeah, I know. I love all of them. Once again, hey, guys. Not so loud. Sorry. Kids got out of school early today for Reformation Day, so, and it's raining and it's freezing, and they want to go trick-or-treating, so they're really riled up. All right, Bible's made up of how many books again? 66, right?
Yeah.
39 Old Testament, 27 New Testament. We should all know this by now.
There's 66 books. in the
Old
Bible.
Testament is Christ concealed. New Testament is Christ revealed. Eli, please.
Okay.
And we talked about the general Bible was written over 1,500 years. Genesis itself was, you know, we already talked about this, covers 2,200 years of history. I need you to get down. I need you to get down. Thank you. Okay, let's move on to Leviticus. Who wrote the book of Leviticus? That would be Moses. Hey guys, I'm doing a video. I need y'all to leave, please.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Love you. Bye.
Hi.
Okay. Love you guys. Oh, that's sweet. Okay, everyone out of the dining room, please. Thank you. Love you. Okay, so there was just a lot of rules and sacrifices made in Leviticus. I'm looking at the Leviticus multiple choice review. I'm just going to hop around a few things, a few questions. It talks about under Judaism, the Israelites could eat which of the following? Fish and fin with scales. Sorry, one second. I need y'all to go. I need you guys to go. Thank you. I've got to sneeze. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. All right. Who was an ordained priest? Aaron was. I love how everyone follows me into the living room or the dining room. Sorry, guys. Okay, during the sabbatical year, what was forbidden? And the answer is B, sowing of one's field or reaping of one's vineyard. The burnt offerings were for what purpose? And that was atonement for sin. The fellowship or peace offering, what was for what purpose? And that was an expression of thankfulness unto the Lord. So that was just quick little multiple choice Leviticus review. Let's see here. What was the theme of Leviticus? It was holiness. You guys remember that? What does atone mean? That is to cover or conceal, to cancel.
So I need little eels to go on.
Oh, wow. This is so awesome. Can you cut that somewhere else, please? Love you. Sorry. Okay. What was the purpose of the tabernacle? It was a symbol of God dwelling among the people. And who alone could go into the Holy of Holies? That would be the high priest. Let's see. We're going to skip on through that. You can find these files under files in the group. And let's see. That's about it for Leviticus. It's they were at Mount Sinai. The time covered was 1 month. And basically it's chapters 1 through 16 is how to approach a holy God, and chapters 17 through 27 is how to walk with the holy God. Hebrews is a counterpart for Leviticus. Okay, moving on. Right, kids? Moving on.
Yes, moving on like you always do.
Moving on. Numbers. Who was in Numbers that was significant? That would be Joshua and Caleb. And this is when They took the 2 censuses, the 12 spies. Israel rebelled against God, and there was 40 years of wandering in the desert, in the wilderness.
And the earth ate some of the Israelites.
Oh, yeah?
Sometimes.
Where did this happen? Mount Sinai, Kadesh Barnea, in the plains of Moab, and time covered 40 years. You guys, one of these days I'm going to do a little video on my little organizational system. These are my little dividers, and I have like details on the paper that kind of tell me information about the book. And I thought it was kind of fun to have them color-coded because I just love that. If you're interested in that, let me know. I'll do a video on how I organize. I know my nose is running. I'm so sorry. Okay. So Numbers, here we are. Let's go into Numbers. The theme is unbelief. They were murmuring and wandering in the wilderness. Main characters, Moses, Joshua, and Caleb. Where? 39 years was spent in Mount Sinai, the wilderness, and Kadesh Barnea. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
You're going to get blown away.
My nose won't stop running.
Because
I have a cold, I think.
you go colds are like when you sneeze. Like the colds are like when you're very cold.
Okay, hold on, guys. Let me finish this, okay? So, main events in Numbers were the 2 census. 12 spies were sent into the Promised Land. Israel rebelled against God again. And 40 years spent wandering. Don't forget about Balaam's blessings. And that is in the PowerPoint. I'm just reviewing the PowerPoint. Okay, let's see.
Israel.
That was Numbers. I really liked Numbers. Numbers is awesome.
You mean you like
Okay.
numbers?
So,
Like
Numbers again is the book of unbelief. Let's move on to Deuteronomy.
Joshua, Joshua. After Deuteronomy, it's Joshua.
All right, so let's see. Deuteronomy review. Why did the Israelites, this is a multiple question review. I know I'm jumping around a little bit, but you have all these files are in the group under files, okay? So why did the Israelites not enter the Promised Land after sending out the spies? And that was answer D, because of unbelief, right? What were the Israelites not to do to the Lord's commandments? That was answer A, add to them. They were not allowed to add to them. Number 3, what would the reward be for keeping the commandments? And the answer is D, all the above. That it would go well with them, that it would go well with their children, and then that their days would be longed and prolonged on the earth.
Good for them.
What was the generation reminded to do upon entering the land? And this is in Deuteronomy 7, chapter 7. And it says to destroy them, drive out all the inhabitants of the land, and destroy all the images, idols, and high places. Excuse me. Oh my goodness. Deuteronomy, again, is the book of obedience. Obedience. Who wrote Deuteronomy? That would be Moses. How old was Moses when Joshua took over? He was 120. Moses gave how many sermons to the Israelites in this book? 3. And prior to his death at Mount Nebo, what thing did Moses do to the Israelites? He blessed the tribes.
I thought it was Mount Sinai.
What?
I haven't learned about that. I thought it was Mount Sinai.
Oh, he did give the commandments on Mount Sinai, but when Moses, when he was talking to the tribes, he was on Mount Nebo, and he was telling them about the 3 sermons of obedience, and that's in Deuteronomy.
Yay,
You're talking about, I think, when Moses
Yeah, I think that was.
got the 10 commandments from
Yeah,
God.
that wasn't in Joshua. That was not in Joshua.
That wasn't in Joshua?
Definitely not in Joshua.
Yeah, I think that was Exodus.
Yeah,
Okay.
Have you talked about Leviticus yet?
We did.
No.
Okay, guys. So let's go real quick. Pentatuech review. This is another little review that I have. Okay, so Genesis is the book of beginnings. Exodus is the book of deliverance. Leviticus is the book of, we just said it earlier, holiness, right?
Mm-hmm.
Numbers is the book of Unbelief. Remember they were wandering in the desert?
Unbelief.
Deuteronomy is the book of, I just said it, obedience. Which book covers the most years? That would be Genesis. 2,200 years, right? What two books in the Pentateuch are instructional? That would be Leviticus, because they were building the tabernacle, and Deuteronomy, right? The 3 sermons. What book first mentions Abraham? Genesis.
In Exodus.
What book did people arrive at Mount Sinai? Remember, why would they go to Mount Sinai?
Exodus.
To get the 10 Commandments. That
Yeah,
would
and
be,
also they
yes.
mentioned Exodus.
Exodus is the answer. Good job. Here, come up here and sit with me. You're much cuter than I am. What book gives the 10 Commandments?
Exodus.
Exodus.
Still.
Yes. What book had the worldwide flood? Remember the flood? It's in the beginning.
Genesis.
Genesis. Very good. Okay. What?
Because Exodus comes right after Genesis.
Yes. Good job. Let's see. Where am I? What book talks about the 12 spies?
Leviticus.
Close.
Numbers.
Numbers 13. Yes. Okay. What book is a review of the law given in the book of Exodus? Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy.
You answered Deuteronomy.
Sorry.
So
Oh, this is an easy one. Look, what book tells the people about wandering in the wilderness?
Numbers.
Say it louder.
Numbers.
Yes.
So easy because it's numbers.
What book?
I'm writing numbers.
What book brings the people to the border?
Not exactly right.
What book brings the people to the border of the promised land? They can see it, but they're not quite in yet. Do you remember that?
Joshua.
Close. Numbers.
You always say numbers.
Okay.
I thought it was Judges.
Well, no, it's Numbers. In what book did Moses die?
Deuteronomy.
In what book does the whole generation die?
Numbers.
Yes. Good job. The whole generation died in Numbers. In what book did Jacob and Joseph die? Take a guess.
Stop. Leviticus?
No. Genesis.
I thought you said Leviticus.
No, I said Genesis.
Yeah, look at this monster. What's Leviticus?
Jacob and Joseph died in Genesis. That was just, yeah. That was a good little review of the Pentateuch. Okay. Hey, Mimi's watching. Mimi, say hi.
Hello.
Okay, so that was a quick review of the Pentateuch. So much fun, isn't it, guys? It's so exciting. It really is.
Mommy, on a TV show, Bucktember, he said there was a part, the little kid before Bucktember talks.
Okay.
He said there's a book in the Bible. He said he thinks the book in the Bible they were talking about was housewares.
Okay.
That's not.
So, guys, also what I've done is in your workbook, I don't know if you know, but in the front there are little cards that you guys can actually cut out and laminate them, and I have put them on a little ring, and it helps me to also remember what happened in each book and like what the theme is. And so if you want to do that too, that's just another super fun nerdy way to stay organized and to help you remember things. So that's all I got. Hope you guys got something out of this. Y'all have a great Halloween, and be safe and make good choices. Bye.